Thank you, President Kellogg. My name is Dr. Lynn Shaw, and I'm the president of the Full-Time Faculty Union. First, I want to thank the Board of Trustees for the bonus of the $500. While we are still deeply divided and the morale of the faculty is very low, we appreciate the gesture, so thank you. The union has asked faculty in a survey what would improve faculty morale. 4 things ranked at the top of the list. Well, the first one you could probably guess, it's a raise. And that is something that would definitely improve faculty morale. But there are 3 other things that I think need to partner with this raise, and they don't cost anything, which is respect of faculty opinions from administrators, genuine consideration of faculty input, public acknowledgement of the good work of faculty. While we have met with the board, faculty, administrators to discuss these concerns, a written report was also sent earlier this week. For example, acknowledgement of the good work of faculty, put the faculty of the month on the Jumbotron, feature faculty on the website, use our public relations office to promote student and faculty events. That's just a few ideas, and I did send you all a lot of ideas. So hopefully we can work together to improve this situation. I'd like to speak about AB 955. Congratulations to Trustee Donato for her coverage in the LA Times today. Students are the faculty's natural allies, and the Representative Council and the Executive Board have voted to we do not support AB 955. And we are joined with the statewide community college chancellor, Bryce Harris. He calls it a horrible public policy. This measure, I believe, is a public betrayal after we all worked so hard to pass Proposition 30. Together, we worked hard to pass that with the promise of no new fee increases. Finally, I saw the Press Telegram article about Tom Clark. You're concluding your service on the Board of Trustees. And on behalf of faculty, I want to thank you for your 46 years of public service. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. The next speaker, Jessica, B-R-A-C-H-O, is it? Sorry, Jessica. And you are speaking on the California Educational Code. And you're going to do it within 5 minutes. And good luck on that.
My name is Jessica Bracho. The California Education Code, Section 7054, states that no school district or community college district funds, services, supplies, or equipment shall be used for the purpose of urging the support or defeat of any ballot measure or candidate, including but not limited to any candidate for election to the governing board of this district. Superintendent President Eloy Oakley sent an email to faculty on August 30th, urging them to call Senator Lara and ask them to support AB 955, naming this LBCC's biggest legislative priority. On September 19th, the Superintendent President posted an action alert as a newsletter on the LBCC webpage, which was sent as an email to many students, urging them to call Governor Brown and encourage him to sign AB 955 into law. Yesterday, the Superintendent President sent an email to faculty again asserting his support of AB 955, calling the bill a reasonable response to a terrible public education funding environment. While AB 955 will never appear on any ballot, I believe these communications encourage students and faculty to cast a vote with their voices by calling Senator Lara and Governor Brown. Therefore, I believe by using LBCC resources, the Superintendent President violated the spirit of California Education Code 7054. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. The last item is AB 955. We have 7 speakers. And they are, whichever order, when people come up here, but I do have, apologize, I'm going to do first name, Stephanie, Steve, Sarah, Carlos, Marshall, Dwayne, and Amisadai. Close? Ms. Roman, okay. If you could please stand over here in order as you come up to the podium. If you could please state your name, and if you're from another college, please do so as well. What I'm going to do is 4 minutes. What you'll see me, and please don't take this personally, I will probably be interrupting you at one point and just saying, you have 30 more seconds, and I'll say that just very quickly, and then if you can bring your comments to a close, we would appreciate it. So I will be the one to just say 30 minutes, and then if it goes beyond that, I'll just say if you can please wrap up. So for that reason, and also, so people, it wasn't repeated, AB 955 is now on the governor's desk. That's where it is. There's no items for us to deal with. And so please, your name.
President Kellogg, can you just wave at me because I get sidetracked if you shout at me?
I'm sorry?
Can you just wave at me when my time's over? Because then I'll get
I can do that too.
Perfect. Okay, so hi guys, my name's Stephanie Deschamps. I should start off by saying good evening to President Oakley and the committee. I'm going to read off my cell phone, so please excuse my eye contact. I am here today to speak on behalf of a majority of Long Beach City College students, President Oakley and committee. Have you ever spoken to your students and veterans regarding Assembly Bill 955? Well, we have. I just wanted to report to you what your students and especially veterans were saying about Assembly Bill 955. All the students we spoke to were upset, outraged, and worried about their future. The most common comments were, "That's more expensive than a university." I'm sorry. "What's the purpose of attending a community college? Maybe I should attend a private institution. Am I going to have to stay here longer? Does this mean that they're going to increase the spring and fall tuition fees as well?" Most of your students thought this bill was unfair. And I also spoke to the veterans, and most of the veterans are furious because they're being used as scapegoats. I actually went over there I'm going to disregard this because it's annoying. I actually went to go talk to the veterans myself just to see how this would really affect them, because I wanted to take your guys' opinion into consideration as well. And when I went to go talk to them, everyone was really upset at the fact that you guys are using them as a scapegoat, because everyone there said that, well, yeah, I know. They said that their GI Bill wasn't going to get affected. I spoke to personnel there that works or advocates for the veterans, and they said that they have a lot of monies that they get, like the VRAP bill, the Montgomery bill, and much other bills that will help them access to their costs. And not only that, but when I spoke to the veterans, they told me that they didn't have any problem accessing, how you guys like to call it, their classes. So I don't really feel that this bill is necessary. And President Oakley, you said you wanted to work with the students. We're here to let you know that we want to work with you as well. And the committee. We want to find a solution, and we should work together, not just take one side. Because this is your students, and without students, you wouldn't have a community college. You wouldn't have a college. So that's all I have to say, and thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Your name, please, for the record.
Hi, my name is Steve Gerbe. I'm a veteran, also a student here at LBCC. I just want to express my opposition to this bill. My wife is a nurse, and she's the sole provider of our family. I currently do not work, and if this were to happen, it would create a financial instability. I mean, and that's with a nursing salary. So, I mean, I can only imagine people that aren't as well off as the situation that I'm in currently. And I would just implore you as a board to reconsider your stance on AB 955. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
My name is Sarah Schoolcraft, and I've worked with Mr. Oakley on a different matter, and I was happy with the results. But this would affect me because I don't get financial aid. I'm paying for this all out of my own pocket, and I run an average anywhere from $200 to $300 for books. Now we're going to add tuition because of that, and I make $800 and some odd a month disabled. Therefore, you would put me out of school. I could not finish my degree. I could not do anything with a degree. I couldn't do anything because this tuition would just turn around and hike up and I can't because I've cut everywhere I can in order to come here. And that would just, it's just not the concept of community college. It was created for veterans coming back from war that they wanted to be retrained. That was the concept of the school, and I don't feel it's being followed in today's world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
How's it going, guys? My name is Carlos Enrique Lopez Munoz. I actually live in the 6th District. Councilman DeAndrews, that's where he, I guess, takes care and puts program down, like the supports the Weed and Seed program, which was active, I want to say, 4 years ago, which basically helped the teenagers in that community to go and have a future, like open job opportunities or maybe get them enrolled in college. And then being part of those programs, I was always told, college, if you can't go to a university, you can always go to a community college, right? I was also part of the Boys and Girls Club. I actually ran up to be Youth of the Year. So even with that, all of that being said, they always encourage community college. If you can't go to a 4-year community college, that's where you would go if the money is the issue. And me coming from a home that's being held by just my mother because my father was deported to Guatemala, and I was forced at the age of 14 to kind of find a job, whether it's under the table or whatnot. I was forced to supply my own self, right? So now that I'm here finally at community college, being the first person to actually attend college, I hear that tuition is going to be raised for winter and summer classes, right? So I'm over here thinking, I'm like, oh my, if the fee waivers is going to go out the window, I'm over here just working 20 hours at a 7-Eleven working graveyard just so I could also attend college. How am I going to do this if tuition is going to go high and I have to pay rent and the internet bill just so I could maintain and use programs like AutoCAD because I'm pursuing an architecture major. So those are concerns that come on my head as well. And then also being a person that receives financial aid, I started thinking about this. Now I started wondering, other friends of mine that I attended Wilson with that don't receive financial aid because their parents make too much money. How would they access community college if the tuition was raised? The fear in my eyes is I hope the snowball effect isn't activated, because if the snowball effect, it starts with winter and summer, it's only a matter of time before it hits fall and spring. So that's my concern overall. And then tuition just rising. It's just, I honestly think at a community college before it was free, I believe in the 50s or 60s, it was completely free to the community. And for it to be every year tuition being raised every year a certain amount, I just find it unfair for the people that have a low-income home or are in a situation where I'm at where their families have been deported for whatever it is. So that's just, I wanted to state that and let you guys know that it's not just me. There's other people that are in similar situations, and some even worse. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Amisadai Roman, and I oppose this bill strongly because, well, I come from a family that has a single parent, and I have 3 other sisters, and we're all trying to get through community college. And if this bill passes, it's going to be very difficult for any of us to get a career launched. And, well, I really hope this bill doesn't pass.
Thank you. I'm sorry for botching a beautiful name.
Good afternoon, members of the board. My name is Marshall Blasowski, and I'm a community member. I live in the 1st District. And I also wanted to quote LA Times today. Besides being a horrible bill, Bryce Harris said, and now here we have a bill that we create a 200% fee increase on some students. It would provide some students with access to the highway of education who have money and leave some students behind. Those students left behind are exactly the students LBCC is supposed to serve. The Board of Trustees has not taken a position on AB 955, and yet they allow the president of the college to lobby for legislation which would hurt the college, the students, the faculty, and the staff. This is a failure of Board of Trustees to lead. By not taking a position, they are actually tacitly supporting AB 955 against the interests of their constituents. This is a case of failure of leadership. The most egregious failure of leadership was discontinuing the 11 vocational program. This is just another example of the Board of Trustees being a rubber stamp for the president and his plan to dismantle and privatize the education of this college. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marshall. Dwayne?
Good evening, Board. It's been a long time since I've been here. I was CCA president last time I was in this room. And I stand before you as CCA statewide secretary to let you know that, yes, we have taken an opposed position on AB 955. I've been in Sacramento this summer. I just recently returned from Washington, D.C. from attending the Congressional Black Caucus and had an opportunity to lobby on Capitol Hill and talk with some of the congresspeople from California and share the dismay of AB 955. President Kellogg, you're correct that it is now sitting on the governor's desk and we need to take our issues to Sacramento. But I would have to say, or as Don Burrs would say, I would be remiss if I did not come here tonight and share the dismay of our president of this institution as we are moving forward or suggesting that we support this bill when we sit in the community that we sit in. The geographical area of this area is just, we don't have rich students. We don't have students who can afford this. And this is not the first time that something like AB 955 has come before us. Santa Monica tried to do this. Brownlee in the Assembly tried to bring this as well. And it failed miserably on both of those accounts, except this one seems like it has a lot of momentum. But the reality is we joined together for Prop 30 to get those funds in. Now, I will have to say the federal government has not held its responsibility because we have all the sequestration and all the things that are happening there with money, and now federal dollars are not really coming to us in California or in higher education, period. But the reality is that one of the students said it well, let's work collaboratively at what we can do. It was very interesting. I was sitting in a CCA board meeting and everyone here looked at me and said, did you know that your president just sent out information regarding AB 955? I said, what president? I thought you were talking about the president of CCA. Well, you're talking about the president Oakley here at Long Beach City College. Whenever I walk the halls and I say I'm from Long Beach City College, the first thing I get is, why is your president standing behind this AB 955? I don't have an answer. We've never really had a dialogue, but Eloy is an American and has every right to do what he wishes to do as an individual. But as a president of this college, it really saddens me, as I said in the beginning, that this is really going to have a negative impact on students. We have not even had our first winter session as we've gone to a compressed calendar. We don't even know what that looks like. This really reminds me of the lottery. When the lottery came into existence, there was going to be millions and millions of dollars going to education. But as we saw the money come in from the lottery, there was money that was taken away that we thought was going to stay, and that did not happen. If the governor is saying that we need to look at a way to sustain education, K through 12, higher ed, whatever it is, public education in California, let's work together. Let's figure out what would work best. Prop 30 said no more increases to fees. This looks like an increase to fees. And we all know the courses that are, at least I do as a counselor, I understand the courses that are in great demand. Of course, our English, our math, and our reading courses, those foundation courses. And there may be some other ones outside of that. But the reality is everyone needs those courses. How can we best serve them? Thank you.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Board President Kellogg, can I just make two corrections? I think it's important to state there was really two big mischaracterizations of what we're trying to accomplish here. If I can just have a moment after the last speaker.
Well, I'm speaking on a different topic. Do you want me to wait?
And you are?
I'm Arla Spurkett from the Long Beach Camerata Singers. So
Did you fill out one of these?
No, I didn't. I talked to
and the subject matter is?
Mr. Clark about coming today.
And what's the subject matter?
It's music. The Long Beach Camerata Singers.
All right.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
You normally, that's why I didn't see you, so I was about ready to apologize for overlooking you, but go ahead, your name.
Okay, my name is Arla Spurkett.
Okay.
I'm on the board of the Long Beach Camerata Singers. We're returning to the Long Beach City College Auditorium after 47 years, and I wanted to thank the Board of Trustees for making the mechanism possible that we can rent the facility and return. And telling you more about the Long Beach Camarada Singers is Jan Hauer, president of the board.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you. My name is Jan Hauer, and I am the president of the board of directors for Long Beach Camarada Singers. We will be performing several of our concerts in your beautiful Long Beach City College auditorium this year. And tonight, I would like to tell you a little bit about our organization and about our upcoming events. Almost 5 decades have passed since the late Long Beach City College music instructor Frank Allen founded a vocal arts ensemble on campus here at Long Beach City College. After Proposition 13 eliminated the funding for the program, Frank moved the ensemble off campus, and that is how the Camarada Singers got their start. On a personal note, our residency on campus is very meaningful to me as I obtain most of my musical training from the excellent faculty in the Long Beach City College's academic music department. Long Beach Camarada Singers is a nonprofit, fully auditioned 80-voice classical music choir. We are currently under the artistic direction of Dr. Robert Eistad, who is the director of choral studies at Cal State University Fullerton. The choir is governed by a 15-person board of directors and managed by a professional staff. The choir consists of both musically trained volunteer singers and paid professional voices. Our first concert is called Singer's Choice, and it will take place on November 10th. It celebrates our past. Our singers actually voted on their favorite pieces and chose the repertoire. On December 21st, we will present Handel's Messiah, our annual tradition and the only professional production of this important holiday masterpiece in the city of Long Beach. In March, we present the Long Beach Bach Festival, and this year marks the 40th anniversary. To commemorate that milestone, we will perform J.S. Bach's monumental St. John Passion with full orchestra, 6 soloists, and 2 choruses, and all of this is happening in your beautiful auditorium. So we would like to invite you to attend our events and support Long Beach Camarada Singers. All these events are available to the public and also to your students. So we hope to see you on November 10th and thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I'd just like to clarify, it was my mistake. I didn't indicate to them they'd have to sign up. So they're not here just because I said they could speak. But Frank Allen started this many years ago, and I knew Frank quite well. It's an excellent program, and we're very happy to have it here at the college. And thank you for being here.
I thought you were going to make an announcement that you were going to join this group as the singers.
Yes.
Your new career.
Well, we all have great voices. That's
All right, thank you very much. President Oakley, you had a comment?
Yes, and you know, once again, I want to thank the students for coming here to voice their concerns. There's a couple of concerns that have been voiced that I want to make sure and clarify, and also ask those of us who are in community colleges, administrators, faculty, members of the community, that we not use rhetoric to stir the passions of the students, but we focus on facts. And then the students certainly can make up their minds, and we have great faith that students will have an informed opinion. First of all, I want to make clear, a lot has been said about who opposes this bill, but not much has been said about who supports this bill and why. This bill is authored by Democrat Doss Williams, who was also a community college student, was homeless for a number of years, attended community college, and has fought to try and gain more access for community colleges for many, many years. The bill is supported by the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund, an organization that we all know very well, has fought very hard for the rights of disadvantaged individuals for its entire history, and in this case is fighting hard to open up more access to students of color because they are aware and they are concerned that the state government has not funded access to the degree necessary to ensure that all students, particularly those who are least represented in higher education, have access to quality courses in public education institutions, not for-profits, but public education institutions. The other organization that's in support is the Campaign for College Opportunity, an organization that also fights hard through social justice networks to ensure that every student in California has access to quality higher education. It's supported by the Service Employees International Union, one of the largest unions, labor unions in the state of California. And there are a number of other unions. Every veteran advocate organization in the state of California, and there's probably 13 of them, support this bill. So let me make clear what this bill does not do. This bill does not raise fees for students who attend our regular courses. It does not. Those fees would remain at $46 a unit. Those remain at $46 a unit for veterans who are concerned about the costs, for students, low-income students. Board of Governor fee waivers stay in place. We would continue to offer the same courses we offer today. But we are limited in the number of courses that we can offer. We are limited by state funding that is not going to improve in any measurable way over the next several years. And that is an unfortunate reality, and I agree with many of those who have spoken and say we need to continue to work together to ensure that we are funded. This bill contains provisions to ensure that if our community colleges do receive the funding necessary to support the demand, then we can no longer offer any other courses. The courses that we're talking about here are in addition, on top of the courses that we normally offer. For those students who need a course, who haven't been able to get a class, and then we are required to provide financial assistance to students who are low income. So there will be financial assistance to students who are low income. And yes, I have talked to our students. I just met with our ASB yesterday, and yes, I've talked to vets up and down this state. Many of them want a choice other than going to a for-profit. For many veterans, if they don't access a course during the winter or summer, they cannot receive their GI Bill benefits. And the most important part of that benefit is a housing stipend for many of those veterans. Would this be the case for all students? No. And for veterans like yourself, this is completely voluntary. We're not raising the fee on the courses that we normally offer. We are trying to find a way to provide additional courses for those students who really want to gain access and who need to gain access so that they can make it into the transfer window so they don't have to wait another year. And for veterans, they only have 36 months to use those benefits. So the clock is ticking from the day they enroll in class. So those are the concerns that we're trying to address. And I agree with everyone who says that this is not a perfect solution. It is not. The perfect solution is for our legislature to develop a budget that fully funds our colleges and for our governor to sign it. That is the ultimate solution. Unfortunately, this state is trying to deal with multiple demands on its budget, from prison overcrowding to mental health to you name it. And we have not received the funding that we need. So in the interim, yes, I am walking the halls of Sacramento every day I can, and this board fully supports my efforts to advocate for our students. This bill will not change the courses, the fee charged to our students for the classes that they take in any normal academic year. All it does is do what the CSU is able to do. After its academic year, it can offer more courses for credit to students who want to access them. The difference between what they do and what we're proposing to do is we are required to raise more money to provide financial assistance. So I understand those two concerns, but I heard too many students today say that they will no longer be able to afford coming to Long Beach City College. That is absolutely not true. Everything about Long Beach City College stays the same. Your financial aid, your courses, your summer session, if possible, we'll offer winter session through state support. Those will all stay the same at the same rate in the same way that they're offered now. The only difference would be that if given the opportunity, we could look at those high demand courses and add one additional session in the winter or one additional session in the summer for students who really need and want to take these courses and want one more option to be able to finish. That's all we're asking for, and we certainly understand this community. I understand that nearly 80% of our students are a board governor fee waiver, and this is exactly why we're fighting for this option, because it's not just the fees that are going to be charged, it's how we're going to help students finance those courses for those students who want to. This is a voluntary program. There is nothing to compel you to take these courses and to pay these fees. If you can't afford it, you don't feel you can afford it, or for whatever reason you don't want to take those courses, you don't have to, and all the regular courses would still be available to you.
All right, there's no other items before the board at this time. There's no need for an additional closed session. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting to our October 22nd, 2013, here at the LAC campus. Thank you all very much for attending. The meeting is adjourned. Good night.
Hey, Doug.